Let's step into Proverbs 3. We're not here to sugarcoat. We're here to face raw truth for a raw time. For the young person starting out with nothing but questions. And for the one crawling back to God with calloused knees and a worn-out heart. After trying everything else. The world outside your window is loud with war, trembling with uncertainty, saturated with voices offering cheap comfort. This chapter isn't a soft lullaby. It's a father's urgent, reassuring, and deeply edifying blueprint for life as it actually is. Not a filtered highlight reel. We'll walk through it verse by verse, digging into what the Hebrew reveals, and I'll speak plainly to where you really live. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. The Father opens with a tender command: do not forget. This isn't a petty rule, it's an appeal to memory. When life crumbles, when war news breaks, when money runs out, when shame whispers that you've wandered too far, the first battle is remembering God's instruction. For the one finding their way back, this is the threshold. Don't forget that His words are still true, still for you. Let thine heart keep
my commandments.
The heart is the command center.
This is not external compliance.
It's cherishing His ways like a precious deposit. And the result, not just survival, but length of days, long life, and peace. In a time where lives are cut short by violence and anxiety erodes every moment, this promise is radical. God's wisdom tends toward a full, peaceful life, even in a fractured world. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. 2 words must become your skin: chesed and emet. They are not abstract virtues. They are a lifestyle. Binding them on your neck is making them your visible identity. People see a person of loyal love and unshakable truth. Writing them on the tablet of your heart means internalizing them so deeply that they govern every reaction. For the young person starting out, this is your resume before God and man. Forget the networking hustle. Cultivate chest and emet, and you will find genuine favor and good understanding
In the sight of both God and people.
For the returnee who's known the bitter taste of broken trust and manipulation, this is the path to restoration of reputation and relationships. Not through image management, but through becoming real. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. This is the hinge of the whole chapter. It is not a gentle suggestion. It is the antidote to the anxiety of our age. Trust means to lie helpless, face down with complete reliance, like a child on a parent's chest with all your heart. Not just the parts you've cleaned up, the one finding his way back. Bring your fragmented, doubting heart and place it wholly on him. Lean not. Don't support yourself on your own understanding. Bina. Your analysis, your news feed, your internal calculations are a broken crutch in a world of data overload and conspiracy. The raw truth is that human understanding is dangerously limited, especially when war rages and the future looks dark. Leaning on your own read of the situation will break your spirit. Instead, in all your ways acknowledge him. The Hebrew yada means to know intimately, relationally. It's not a cursory nod. It's earnestly knowing him in every decision, every fear, every move. Then, the promise,
he shall direct
your paths. The crooked, confusing road ahead will be straightened. Not always the way you wanted, but the way that leads to life. This is raw trust, demanding truth. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. The greatest deception of the young and the returned wanderer alike is thinking we know better.
Be not wise in your own eyes.
Pierces the pride that says, I can handle this temptation, or my situation is an exception. Instead, fear the Lord, revere him with awe, and actively depart from evil. This is not passive, it requires running. And note the result, health to your body. The Hebrew speaks of healing to your navel and refreshment
to your bones.
There's a direct link between humility, obedience, and physical well-being. For the one damaged by past sins, maybe by substance abuse, stress-induced illness, or a shattered nervous system, this is a lifeline. Returning to God in reverent fear is medicine for your very frame. Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the first fruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. Now the Father touches the most sensitive nerve, your money, your wealth. You're starting out with little. Honor God with it anyway. You're coming back having wasted resources on riotous living. This is a tangible step of return. Honor the Lord with your substance and the first of your income, not the leftovers. In a system that screams scarcity and hoarding, this is an act of defiant trust. The promise isn't a prosperity gospel scam. It's a covenant principle. When you put God first, he becomes your supply, barns filled, vats bursting. This may be literal, or it may be the fullness of his provision that meets every need. It's edifying. Your financial obedience unlocks supernatural plenty. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth he correcteth, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. For the one who's been through the ringer, who has felt the sting of consequences, the disciplinary hand of God after a season of rebellion, this verse is a healing balm. do not despise. Reject
Cast away
his discipline.
Musar.
Don't be weary of his correction,
Why?
because it's the proof of his love. The world's love often coddles. God's love refuses to leave you broken. He corrects as a father the son, in whom he delights. Your hardship may not be punishment. It's training, proof that you're a delighted in child, not a castaway. This is raw, comforting, and lifts the shame off the returnee. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. The chapter breaks into poetry with a beatitude. Happy is Asher, a plural of intensity in Hebrew, meaning blessednesses, deep flourishing, profound well-being. It's not a giggle. It's the settled joy of the one whose life is aligned with reality. Jesus opens the Sermon on the Mount with the same word in Greek. This is the happiness God himself pronounces. Findeth is matzah, to reach, to attain, to encounter. Sometimes unexpectedly, sometimes after a long search. It implies that wisdom is discoverable, available, waiting to be found. It is not locked in an ivory tower or reserved for scholars. Getteth suggest active extraction, like drawing water from a well. Understanding is discernment, insight that distinguishes between things, separating truth from falsehood. The combination is crucial. Wisdom is the skill of godly living. Understanding is the sharp edge of that skill, the ability to apply it in real-time decisions. For the young person who feels lost, here is the promise. You can find this. For the returnee who thinks they forfeited the right to wisdom, it is still accessible. The search itself is blessed. Blessedness is attached not just to having wisdom, but to the pursuit of it. If you are awake at 3 a.m. seeking, you are already in the orbit of Asher. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. The Father adopts the language of commerce. Merchandise is profit from trading, the turnover of a merchant's business. He places wisdom and silver side by side on the ledger and declares wisdom the superior asset. Silver was the common currency of the ancient Near East, the medium of daily exchange. Wisdom's daily utility outpaces silver's. Gain is produce, harvest, yield. It evokes agriculture, the fruit of a season's labor. Fine gold is refined choice, the highest standard of wealth. Wisdom's yield surpasses even this. Why? Because silver and gold can be stolen, inflated away, lost in war, or rendered meaningless at death. Wisdom, however, generates eternal returns. It pays dividends in peace, in preserved relationships, in avoided snares, in the favor of God. It appreciates forever. For the young person chasing a career, grinding for financial stability in an unstable economy, this is not a command to abandon ambition. It is a recalibration of value. You can pursue wealth, but if you sacrifice wisdom on that altar, you've traded eternal profit for temporary glitter. For the returnee who has chased gold and found it hollow, this is vindication. The emptiness you felt was real. Now pursue what fills. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Precious, means valuable, rare, weighty rubies were among the most costly gems in the ancient world, sourced from distant lands at great risk. But wisdom surpasses any jewel. Then the verse expands to a staggering claim: all the things you can desire. The Hebrew chapats refers to delights, pleasures, objects of longing, are not equal to her. Put everything you've ever wanted on one side of the scale: love, fame, security, revenge, comfort, adventure, recognition. Wisdom outweighs them all, combined. This is a devastating word for a generation raised on desire. We are taught to chase our dreams, to satisfy our cravings, to curate a life that matches our wants. The Father says, your desires, even the legitimate ones, are an insufficient measure of what is truly valuable. Wisdom stands above them. In fact, wisdom reorders your desires so that you want the right things in the right measure. For the one who has sampled every desire and found each one empty: sexual conquest, substance, career success, digital validation. This is the explanation. You are comparing rubies to dust. Wisdom herself is the desire behind all desires. And in her, the restless wanting finally rests.
The gifts in her hands. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. The Father personifies wisdom as a queen or goddess-like figure, hands extended with gifts. In ancient iconography, the right hand was the place of highest honor and strength. Length of days means a long life, a full span of years, not cut short by violence, folly, or divine judgment. This is the primary gift, life itself, extended in blessing. In her left hand are riches and honor. Notice the order. Long life is primary, riches and honor secondary. Wisdom does not promise poverty as a virtue, nor does it guarantee wealth as a right. But the general principle of a life ordered by God's wisdom is that it tends towards sufficiency, stability, and the respect of others. The fool destroys their finances and reputation. The wise person builds them, often quietly, over time. For the young person anxious about provision, this is an invitation to seek wisdom first, trusting that the hands that hold length of days also hold the material and social needs you worry about. For the returnee who may have squandered resources or destroyed their reputation, the hands are still open. The path back may be long, but wisdom restores what folly stole, often in unexpected ways. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Ways and paths cover the whole course of life, the major roads and the small trails. Wisdom's ways are pleasantness. This counters the lie that obedience is grim duty, that God's will is a bitter pill. No, walking with wisdom is, in its essence, delightful. Not always easy. Discipline and correction are part of it, but fundamentally sweet to the soul that has tasted it. All her paths are peace, shalom, not just the absence of conflict, but wholeness, completeness, well-being in every dimension. Spiritual, relational, psychological, physical. Even the difficult stretches of wisdom's path lead towards shalom. The storms may come, but the soul rooted in wisdom remains anchored in peace. For the global listener surrounded by war, this is not a denial of external chaos. It is a promise of internal and ultimate shalom. You can be in a war
war zone and walk a path of peace. You can face cancer and know shalom. You can lose everything and remain whole. Wisdom's path doesn't detour around all suffering, but it infuses the soul with a peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. For the 3 a.m. mind racing with anxiety, this verse is a lullaby. Her paths are peace. You can walk them even in the dark. She's a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. This is Edenic tree of life, appears first in Genesis 2:9, then is guarded by cherubim after the fall, lost to humanity. Now it reappears metaphorically in wisdom to lay hold upon. Wisdom is to take hold of the tree of life itself. Wisdom is the path back to the garden, back to life as God intended, eternal, flourishing, unbroken. This is not just longevity. It is life in its fullest, most vibrant, God-connected sense. The Apostle John picks this up in Revelation 22, where the tree of life stands in the New Jerusalem, its leaves for the healing of the nations. Wisdom, grasped now, is a foretaste of that eternal reality. Retaineth implies ongoing faithfulness. It's one thing to find wisdom in a moment of crisis. It's another to retain her over a lifetime. The one who does so is called happy. The beatitude brackets the whole poem. Blessed at the search, blessed at the holding. For the returning, you let go once you dropped wisdom and reached for folly. But here she stands, arms extended, a tree of life, still lay hold again. Retain her this time, by grace. The tree was not uprooted by your wandering. For the young, start your grip early, grasp wisdom now, and you grasp life itself.
The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth. By understanding hath he established the heavens. The Father now pulls back the curtain on creation. The same wisdom you are invited to embrace is the very tool God used to found the earth. The heavens were established. This is not abstract poetry. It is a declaration that wisdom is woven into the fabric of the universe. The laws of physics, the orbits of planets, the ecosystems of Earth, all reflect divine wisdom. This means that when you walk in wisdom, you are not following arbitrary rules. You are aligning with the grain of the universe. Sin and folly are not just morally wrong. They are cosmically dysfunctional. They go against the way things are actually made. The liar fights reality. The adulterer wars against creation's design. The proud man defies the gravity of humility that holds the cosmos together. For the young person tempted to see God's commands as restrictions, they are not a cage. They are the operating manual for a machine you didn't build. For the returnee who has experienced the chaos of living against the grain, the chaos was not random punishment. It was the friction of fighting reality. Coming back to wisdom is coming home to how things actually work. By his knowledge, the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. Knowledge. Here is God's intimate, comprehensive knowing of all things. The depths are the primeval deep, the chaotic waters of Genesis 1-2 that God separates and controls. In ancient Near Eastern mythology, the sea was a monster of chaos,
In Hebrew scripture, the deep is not a rival deity. It is a controlled instrument in God's hands. He broke up the depths, perhaps referring to the parting of the Red Sea, the springs of the flood, or the ongoing hydrological cycle. The clouds drop down the dew is a shift from the cataclysmic to the gentle. The same God who splits the deep also condescends to water the ground with morning mist. His wisdom governs both the earthquake and the dewdrop. Nothing is too large or too small for his attention. For the global listener under bombs or in the path of natural disasters, the chaos is not ultimate. The deeps are not out of control. The same wisdom that governs the dew governs the storm. This does not explain away suffering, but it anchors the sufferer in a reality where God remains sovereign. The war is not bigger than his wisdom. The cancer is not beyond his knowledge. The broken relationship is not outside his understanding. He who splits the deeps holds your small, trembling life. For the young person feeling cosmically insignificant, you are not a random accident. The God who designed the dew designed you. His knowledge that engineers the clouds also knows your name, your thoughts, your 3 a.m. fears. This is the cosmic anchor. Wisdom is not a human invention. It is the very mind of God offered to you.
My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. The father returns to direct address. Let not them depart. The them refers back to wisdom and understanding, the cosmic principles just described. Do not let them slip from your field of vision. Keep them constantly before your eyes like a compass on a ship's deck. The world will try to distract you. Fear will try to blind you. Keep wisdom in sight. Keep implies active protection. Sound wisdom is tushia, a word that means stability, substance, effective wisdom, that which leads to success and deliverance. It's not theoretical. It works. Discretion. We've encountered before. It's the ability to form purposeful plans, holy strategy, shrewdness in navigating a dangerous world. Together, they form the inner guardrails of a life that won't crash. For the young person starting out, this is your daily discipline. Not just reading Proverbs once, but keeping its principles before your eyes, on your phone screen, on your lips, in your decisions. For the returnee, you may have let them depart before. Bring them back into focus. The Father doesn't say, since you let them depart, it's over. He says, let them not depart. A command that is fresh for this moment. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Life to your nephesh, your whole being, your soul. Your self-wisdom and discretion are not just useful tools. They are sources of life itself. They animate you from the inside. Grace to your neck suggests a visible adornment. In the ancient world, a necklace was a sign of honor, status, and beauty. Wisdom worn openly makes you attractive in the best sense. People see something compelling in your character.
For the young person anxious about how they are perceived, pursue wisdom, and you will have a grace that no fashion or social media presence can manufacture. For the returnee, who feels marked by past disgrace, wisdom replaces shame's scar with grace's necklace. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. The then is the result of keeping wisdom walk, is the daily journey of life safely. Echoes the neighbor who dwells securely in verse 29. Your entire path is under this umbrella of security. Thy foot shall not stumble does not promise a path without obstacles, but a walk without fatal falls. The rocks are there. Wisdom helps you navigate them. For the global listener in literal danger, this is not a naive denial of risk. It is the promise that ultimate security belongs to the wise walker. You may face danger, but you will not be ultimately overthrown. For the young person facing a minefield of decisions, wisdom is the map that keeps your feet on solid ground.
When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Here is the verse for 3 a.m. Lie down is the posture of rest, vulnerability, surrender to sleep. The promise, you will not be afraid. The lying down itself will be peaceful, and thy sleep shall be sweet. This is the sleep of the clear conscience, the sleep of the one who has entrusted their life to a sovereign God, the sleep of the one who has walked in wisdom and therefore has nothing to flee from in the dark. Insomnia often feeds on unresolved guilt, unmade decisions, unconfessed sin, or untethered anxiety. Wisdom addresses all of these. The returnee who lies down with the weight of past failure can release it to the God who corrects in love. The young person paralyzed by the future can trust the God who directs paths. The sweet sleep is not a luxury. It is a covenant benefit for those who walk with wisdom. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. Sudden fear is the terror that strikes without warning, the missile siren, the cancer diagnosis, the market crash, the knock on the door at midnight. The Father acknowledges that such terror exists. He doesn't say, "It won't come." He says, "Be not afraid of it." How is this possible? Because your security is not in the absence of sudden terror, but in the presence of a sovereign God, who is your confidence. The desolation of the wicked refers to the destruction that overtakes those who reject God.
When it comes,
And it will. The wise person does not panic. They have built their house on rock, not sand. For the global listener watching nations crumble and evil seem to triumph, the storm will come, but you are anchored. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Confidence is Kessel, a word that elsewhere is translated foolishness or stupidity when it refers to self-trust. But here, Lord himself becomes your Kessel, the thing you lean on, the source of your stability, the ground of your trust. This is a radical relocation of security. You are not confident in your own wisdom. You are confident in the Lord who gives wisdom. Your trust is not in the path, but in the path maker, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. The imagery shifts from walking to hunting. The world is full of traps, temptations, deceptions, schemes of the wicked. The Lord himself guards your foot. You may not see the trap, but he does. You may walk in the dark, but he is the lamp at your feet. For the young person venturing into unknown territory, you are not walking alone. The Lord is actively guarding your steps. For the returnee who fell into traps before, those traps do not define your future. The same Lord who kept you from utter destruction is the Lord who will keep your foot now. Your confidence is not your track record. It is his character.
Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, Go, and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee. The Father shifts from the vertical, trusting God, to the horizontal, how we treat others, and he starts with a searing command about generosity and justice. The Hebrew phrase translated, them to whom it is due, is literally bi'alav, its owners, or its masters. This is not charity out of pity. This is recognizing that when you have the power to do good, that good belongs to the person who needs it. There is a moral debt of love. If you can help, the help is rightfully theirs. This reframes everything. The money in your hand, the skill you possess, the time you have. Some of it is not yours to hoard. It belongs to the one whose need crosses your path. Withhold not, manna, to hold back, restrain, prevent, suggests a deliberate stopping of what should naturally flow. For the young person starting out with a first salary, or the returnee rebuilding a broken life, the temptation is to grasp tightly, to protect what little you finally have. But wisdom says, when the opportunity and capacity to do good are present, act immediately. When it is in the power of thine hand, means you don't need $1 million to be righteous. You need to release what is already in your grip. Don't tell your neighbor
to come back tomorrow if you have what they need right now.
Procrastination in doing good is a form of cruelty disguised as prudence. The Hebrew mind hears neighbor and thinks of someone near, someone known, someone God has placed within your orbit. For the global listener, your neighbor might be the displaced family down the street, the colleague struggling silently, or the fellow believer in a war-torn region who needs immediate support. When you say come back tomorrow, you're not being prudent. You're being unfaithful, raw truth. Delayed obedience is disobedience, and delayed kindness is a kind of theft.
For the one finding their way back to God, this is concrete ground for rebuilding integrity.
You may have failed people before. You may have withheld good out of selfishness or fear. Today, right now, if you have the capacity, act. Let no more tomorrows rob someone of the good they are owed from your hand. This is wisdom that restores relationships. Devise not evil against thy neighbor. seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. The Hebrew for device is jarash, which means to plow, to engrave, to plot. It's a word of careful crafting. It's not a passing thought. It's a premeditated scheme. Evil covers harm, injury, or moral wrong. And the reason given pierces, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. This neighbor lives unsuspectingly, trusting the implied safety of proximity. Perhaps they've let their guard down. Perhaps they share a wall, a border, a community. To plot harm against someone who trusts you because of nearness is a profound violation of the social fabric. In a fractured world, where wars make neighbors into enemies, where ethnic tensions simmer, where the diaspora youth navigates multi-ethnic communities with historic wounds, this verse calls out the insidious temptation to scheme against those who live peacefully beside you. It could be a business partner, a flatmate, a fellow church member, or literally a neighboring nation. For the young professional tempted to undercut a colleague for a promotion, or the person who nurses a grudge and quietly plans revenge, the Father says, stop plowing that field of evil. The trust of proximity is sacred. For the returnee, maybe you have been the one who devised evil, or maybe evil was devised against you by someone you trusted. Either way, wisdom calls you to break the cycle. Do not be the one who exploits the security of another. Instead, become someone whose presence makes others feel safe to dwell securely.
Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee. The Father shifts from the vertical, trusting God, to the horizontal, how we treat others. And he starts with a searing command about generosity and justice. The Hebrew phrase translated, them to whom it is due, is literally be alav, its owners or its masters. This is not charity out of pity. This is recognizing that when you have the power to do good, that good belongs to the person who needs it. There is a moral debt of love. If you can help, the help is rightfully theirs. This reframes everything. The money in your hand, the skill you possess, the time you have. Some of it is not yours to hoard. It belongs to the one whose need crosses your path. Withhold not,
manna,
to hold back, restrain, prevent. Suggests a deliberate stopping of what should naturally flow. For the young person starting out with a first salary, or the returnee rebuilding a broken life, the temptation is to grasp tightly, to protect what little you finally have. But wisdom says, when the opportunity and capacity to do good are present, act immediately. When it is in the power of thine hand, means you don't need $1 million to be righteous. You need to release what is already in your grip. Don't tell your neighbor to come back tomorrow if you have what they need right now. Procrastination in doing good is a form of cruelty disguised as prudence. The Hebrew mind hears neighbor and thinks of someone near, someone known, someone God has placed within your orbit. For the global listener, your neighbor might be the displaced family down the street, the colleague struggling silently, or the fellow believer in a war-torn region who needs immediate support. When you say, come back tomorrow, you're not being prudent. You're being unfaithful. Raw truth. Delayed obedience is disobedience, and delayed kindness is a kind of theft.
For the one finding their way back to God, this is concrete ground for rebuilding integrity. You may have failed people before, you may have withheld good out of selfishness or fear. Today, right now, if you have the capacity, act. Let no more tomorrows rob someone of the good they are owed from your hand. This is wisdom that restores relationships. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. The Hebrew for devise is cherish, which means to plow, to engrave, to plot. It's a word of careful crafting. It's not a passing thought. It's a premeditated scheme. Evil covers harm, injury, or moral wrong. And the reason given pierces, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. This neighbor lives unsuspectingly, trusting the implied safety of proximity. Perhaps they've let their guard down. Perhaps they share a wall, a border, a community. To plot harm against someone who trusts you because of nearness is a profound violation of the social fabric. In a fractured world, where wars make neighbors into enemies, where ethnic tensions simmer, where the diaspora youth navigates multi-ethnic communities with historic wounds, this verse calls out the insidious temptation to scheme against those who live peacefully beside you. It could be a business partner, a flatmate, a fellow church member, or literally a neighboring nation. For the young professional tempted to undercut a colleague for a promotion, or the person who nurses a grudge and quietly plans revenge, the Father says, stop plowing that field of evil. The trust of proximity is sacred. For the returnee, maybe you have been the one who devised evil, or maybe evil was devised against you by someone you trusted. Either way, wisdom calls you to break the cycle. Do not be the one who explodes the security of another. Instead, become someone whose presence makes others feel safe too. Dwell securely.
The pointlessness of unprovoked strife. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. Strive is riv, a legal term for a lawsuit, a contention, a quarrel. The Father forbids initiating conflict without just cause. This is not a call to avoid all confrontation. Righteous defense of the oppressed and speaking truth to power are necessary. But the warning is against the belligerent spirit, the chip on the shoulder attitude that picks fights, stirs drama, or sues for frivolous reasons. In today's culture, offense is currency. We are trained to be outraged, to find a cause for strife in every interaction. Social media amplifies this. We strive with strangers. We enter disputes we were never part of. We litigate reputations in public courts of opinion. The Father says, if that person has done you no real harm, don't invent a grievance. Don't manufacture drama to feel righteous. For the one starting out, this protects your energy and reputation. A contentious person is draining to be around. For the one returning to God, perhaps you've burned bridges through unnecessary strife. The path back includes laying down the sword of petty arguments, releasing the need to always be right, and embracing the peace that wisdom brings. If there's no real harm, let there be no strife. This is raw, practical, and deeply countercultural. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Now the Father turns our gaze to those who seem to flourish through wrongdoing the oppressor.
is the one who gains by crushing others. The war profiteer, the corrupt politician, the ruthless business executive, the trafficker, the warlord. And the temptation is envy, not just fear or anger, but envy. Why envy? Because the oppressor appears successful. He has wealth, power, influence, and often seems untouchable. In times of war and instability, the oppressor thrives while the righteous suffer. The young person starting out sees crooked shortcuts leading to luxury cars, while integrity leads to struggle. The returnee may have tasted the fruit of oppression himself and found it momentarily sweet. The Father says, do not envy, and even more, choose none of his ways. Don't adopt his methods, don't mimic his speech, his negotiation tactics, his willingness to crush others. This verse is a razor-sharp challenge. It's not enough to avoid being an oppressor. You must not even secretly desire what they have obtained through violence. Envy is the doorway to imitation. If you envy the oppressor, you will eventually copy the oppressor. The raw truth: their apparent success is a mirage, and their ways are under God's judgment, as the next verse reveals. So guard your heart against the glamour of evil flourishing. For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. Here is the hinge, the profound contrast that makes sense of the envy we must reject. The froward is an abomination
To the Lord,
that oppressor you envied. God finds his ways revolting, no matter how polished the exterior. The Hebrew word to ever is used for idolatry and extreme moral perversion. This is not a minor disapproval, it is divine revulsion. The oppressor's house may glitter, but it stinks in the nostrils of God. Then the breathtaking counterpoint, but his secret is with the righteous.
Yeshua, the upright.
The word sod means confidential counsel, intimate circle, a secret shared among close friends. It's the same word used in Jeremiah 23:18, where the false prophets have not stood in the secret of the Lord. This is staggering. God, the creator of the cosmos, opens his inner circle, his hidden wisdom, his heart's deepest purposes to the upright. He shares secrets with them, not information to exploit, but relational intimacy that satisfies the soul. For the young person feeling left behind, as the wicked accelerate, ask yourself, would you rather have the oppressor's wealth or God's whispered confidence? For the returnee who has felt distant from God, perhaps because of shame, the path back to the sod is the path of uprightness, which God himself empowers. And the upright are not sinlessly perfect, no one is. But they are those who walk with integrity, who seek God, who refuse crookedness. This promise is not for an elite. It's for anyone who turns from twisted ways and clings to God.
His secret is with the righteous. He will speak in your 3 a.m. dawn.
The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. This verse zooms out to the household, the domain of life. Curse, miera, from Ara, is the solemn, active displeasure of God. It is in the house of the wicked, not just hovering near it, but dwelling inside. The oppressor's mansion may have marble floors, but the curse resides within. Rotting relationships, fearful nights, a legacy that crumbles. We see it in the fall of tyrants, the unraveling of corrupt empires, the misery of those who gained the world and lost their souls. In contrast, he blesseth the habitation of the just. Habitation is nave, a dwelling, a pasture, a homestead. It's not necessarily a grand house. It's wherever the righteous live. The blessing of God transforms a modest apartment into a sanctuary of peace, a tent into a palace of joy. For the global listener displaced by war, living in temporary shelter, or far from home in the diaspora, God's blessing is not tied to a postal code. It sanctifies your specific dwelling. For the young person in a cramped shared flat, or the returnee starting over in a humble room, righteousness invites the blessing of God into those four walls. His presence makes a home blessed, regardless of size. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. This verse is quoted twice in the New Testament, showing its centrality to God's character. Scorners are those who arrogantly dismiss God, who sneer at righteousness, who make a sport of tearing down the faithful. God scorneth them. He treats their mockery with divine derision. He is not neutral. His response to the arrogant is active opposition. The word surely adds weight. This is certain, settled, a fixed principle of God's moral universe. But oh, the second half, he giveth grace unto the lowly. The anathema, the humble, the bowed down, those who have been bent by life, who do not assert their own strength but look upward in dependence. They are the poor in spirit, the mourning, the meek whom Jesus blesses in the Beatitudes. For the global listener crushed by war, by failure, by the weight of a returning journey strewn with mistakes, this is your verse. God does not stand aloof from your lowliness. He stoops down with grace. The word chen carries the idea of finding favor in someone's eyes. If you are lowly, you have found favor in God's eyes. Precisely, because you are not pretending to be high and mighty. The raw comfort is this: your humility, your brokenness, your bowed state is the very qualification for divine grace. He resists the proud, but he runs toward the bowed. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. The Father ends this section with an eschatological reversal, a final settling of accounts. The wise shall inherit glory. This is not fleeting fame. It's substantial, weighty honor that endures. Wisdom leads to a legacy of true glory, bestowed by God Himself. The wise may be overlooked, mocked, and passed over now, but they are heirs of a glory that will be revealed. The antithesis is stunningly ironic. Shame shall be the promotion of fools. The word marrow means height, elevation. What the foolish gain, their so-called promotion, their climb to the top, is actually shame in God's economy. The very thing they boasted in becomes their disgrace. The oppressor's elevation is a platform for shame. The mocker's platform crumbles into dust. This is the final destiny of those who reject wisdom. For the young person, working honestly, feeling overlooked, wondering if integrity will ever pay off, hold on, glory is your inheritance, not shame. For the returnee who carries the shame of past foolishness, that shame is not your promotion. It is the thing God lifts off you in Christ. Your past shame is not your name. The wise, those who turn to God, who receive His wisdom, who walk uprightly, they inherit glory. Fools are promoted into the very shame they mocked. The arc of the moral universe bends towards justice. And Proverbs 3:35 is the guarantee.